Good job. Hi friends, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Glenna. If you're new here, if you are new, hi, welcome to 2026. We're so excited to have you. My son is being extra cute just standing here next to me. My coffee is so hot. Welcome to a new year of hopefully consistency in YouTube. Thank you so much for watching my channel and sticking around. I passed 500 subscribers like this year, like into 2026 already. I passed 500 subscribers, which is so exciting, especially because, you know, it's a slow grow, but it's been a process and it's been a lot of growth and a lot of learning on my part. And also right now being like still new mom, I've only been a mom for a year, getting my new routines going, starting a lot of new routines this year, which I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm still like getting the hang of everything, so having had growth and like people stick around over this time when I've been not posting as much and I've been like learning how to be a mom, I really appreciate that, and I'm so happy to have you here. I'm glad we're friends. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Anyways, I'm sorry I'm like fidgeting and talking with my hands a lot. My mom is on her way over with some lunch so we can eat lunch together and then go. So I'm gonna film as much of this as I can now and then some later. Meanwhile, I'm like keeping an eye on my son and my dog and like everything else going on. I'm very excited about this video. Let me get all my things together to show you. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to my journal ecosystem. I'm so excited. I'm a big paper analog journal girly, so I'm very excited to talk through everything that I use year to year. The next thing I'm going to do is talk about some of my goals, and I'm going to do that when I talk about one of my little journals here, which we'll save for last. The first thing is I'm a paper girl. I have a paper calendar. This is one of my favorite calendars. It's from Sugar Paper, and I love it because on the beginning of every month there's personal goals, health goals, work goals, financial goals, important dates, and then a little like extra notes section. I don't know if you can even see that. There's a month, oops, all my little stickers are falling out. There's the month at a glance, which has like, you can put like birthdays and important dates, and then each week has the calendar that you can put like appointments in on one side, and then on the other side it has to do, to call, to email, to buy. And then like an etc. and a little place to write little notes and stuff and like important dates and events. So I'm a paper calendar girl, so this is a big part of my like journaling lifestyle ecosystem. The way I use it mostly like journaling wise is I write like a little one-liner if something important happens, like if something my son does that's important to me, or something that I do that's important to me. Like I had my family over for dinner and my son tripped and he got up and ran straight to me, and that was like a big moment for motherhood, and just like that's the first time that he's ever come to me because he was upset. And so I wrote that in my calendar. So that's kind of how I like to use this as a journal. And then I have my stickers. I'm a very sticker girly. I like my calendar to look messy and well loved. Next piece of my journal ecosystem, it's a straight up old school spiral notebook. Like this notebook is where I will write my weekly to-do list. So I'll start with like, do you lose your hat? I'll write on the top January 1st through January 7th, and then I'll put every to-do list thing. So I'll like, if I have a dinner scheduled on a Tuesday, I'll write like Tuesday 6:30 dinner with, you know, blah blah blah. But this is my master to-do list check off list for the week. So I put things that are like consistent on here, like Sunday church. I put things that are less consistent, like I only teach Sunday school every other week, so I'll put plan Sunday school. I put like film the YouTube video, edit it, that's on this list. And then from that list I use this journal. This is my daily planner overview. It's from Ramona and Ruth. I got this as a Christmas present years ago. I think my niece gave it to me, but I've only used this much of it so far. Basically how this is used is a daily to-do list, daily overview. So most days, if it's just my son and I and we're home all day long, I will only work off of my master to-do list and like check things off as I can. Like if he's napping and he's napping really well and I'm like, okay, I have like an hour, I'm gonna sit down and do this thing. That'll be on that list. But if I have a particularly busy day where we're gonna be out of the house a lot, or I have like appointments or phone calls scheduled or something I need, I put it in here. So this has a spot for your to-do list, and then a spot for like an hour by hour at a glance. You get to set priorities for the day, an intention for the day, a place to write what you're grateful for that day, the date on the top, and then this back side has like a water tracker, which it's really hard for me to remember to drink water on days that I'm super busy. So the water tracker is like amazing for me. A place to plan out meals, a place for notes, a place for movement, so whether you walk, run, yoga, Pilates, cycle, weights, or stretch, favorite part of your day, and then top priorities for tomorrow. And this little like organizational journal is perfect for me. My mom just got here, so I'm going to pause filming and I'll meet up with you later. I went through 3 of my journals. I'm very proud of myself. And then when I get back, I'll tell you about my last two, and then my goals and intentions for 2026. So we'll see you in 2 seconds your time, probably like a couple hours my time. Hi. Milky. Milky. Okay. It's been a couple hours. Hello. I don't remember where I was, but I think that I just finished up talking about this one. Also, sorry for that noise. My son is playing with his remote control car. Are you making it do that? He's 1, so he's learning how to do that. Okay, so the next in my journal ecosystem is the big, like, cajone of the journal. I'm almost done with this. I think I started it in 2021. I was not very consistent. 2022. January 20th, 2022 is when I started this. So this journal encompasses a lot of stuff. Oh, he just saw his. So this is my like actual diary, my Dear Diary, and my junk journal at the moment. So I have like this junk journal spread from a couple months ago. I have like a Mr. Pen thing in there. This is where I will scrapbook like little events that happen. So it's like junk journal meets authentic Dear Diary, write out my journal, my thoughts. And I kind of write it. So when I was younger and my grandmother passed away, we read her diary of her 18th year when she lived in New York, and she was a professional dancer, and she kept a diary of everything, and it was so wonderful. I felt so close to her reading through her diary, and just, I don't know, like I felt like she was writing it to me. So I write this diary and put all of my little thoughts and journal and notes in here to my future grandkids. So I'll like write like dear kids and grandkids in here. I have not written in it since March of last year maybe. So my goal this year is to get more into this, to be doing it every day. Every day that I have scraps, I'm gonna be doing this, and I'm going to, on Saturdays, like do just random junk journal pages. Those will be in here. So the rest of this book will be thick and full of junk journal spreads. That is that one. Next in line is my prayer journal. Now this one, I'm not gonna show you the inside of it. Some of these prayers are legible, some of these prayers are not legible. There's like 2 kind of parts to this book for me. One is writing out prayers so that I can go back and see what the Lord has done. Like one of our prayers for, I have like prayers of 2024. One was a second car, and then I write 12/31/2023. That was answered. We got our second car on the last day of 2023. One of my prayers was a beautiful, healthy baby from my womb. That was answered with my son last year. So I like legibly write out prayers that are like my desires to the Lord. Like this is what I would love to see happen. These are my prayers. And I write out like, Dear Heavenly Father, like thank you for this day. Like I write those kind of prayers in here like that. But then the illegible ones, or not legible ones, are where I'm pouring out my heart to the Lord. I also do that in this book. That's what this journal is for. It's a big part of my ecosystem, and probably my most used journal, because I'm like praying all the time, constantly. So that's what this one's for. Last but not least, in our intro to my goals of the year, my bullet journal. My bullet journal and I are besties. My husband used to think it was so cute. I used to say that I'm gonna play in my bullet journal. I'd be like, you know, I'm just gonna spend a couple hours playing in my bullet journal, and it would just be me making spreads and like filling out spreads and just obsessing over those. I've had a journal since 2021. First spread for 2021. I drew a little picture. I have this many more pages in here. I'm starting to tape pages together before I make a spread because it's just getting a little bit too thick. And then from the back of the book, I have like doodle pages. I started in the back. I've been working my way forward. Like I doodled the tree in December. I have stickers from different like things we did and receipts with little like writings in it. It's kind of more journal-esque than just the bullet journal spreads. And I used to do weekly spreads like back in 2021, but that really is not my vibe. This is more like the yearly spreads, or I'll do pages like where I just put in random pictures that we have. So very in love. Look at us, we're so cute. Aww, I love my husband. So 2024, and I always do a year in pixels. I do our family goals, our savings goals, financial goals, personal goals, etc. And then on my year in pixels, every time that I label one a best day, I go to the end of that, like a new page, and I write why it was the best day. I have crafting trackers. I have seasonal bucket lists in here. I just finished my vision board for 2026 today. I'll put that right here. I can show you in past spreads that like 2023 I put the vision board underneath, so now I have hello 2026. I'll put my vision board right here once I get it printed. The next page is my 2026 year in pixels. I've already filled some of them out. Then is my personal goals. A couple of my personal goals: be more analog. My exception to that is I am doing a digital scrapbook instead of a physical scrapbook this year because I was printing so many photos and it was getting like kind of expensive. And I think that I'm a little bit more picky and choosy doing the digital. My like carousel on Instagram for 2025 end of the year post was like a digital scrapbook version of it. So that was kind of exciting, and like a lot of creative energy went into that. So I kind of feel like I enjoy doing a digital scrapbook for my whole year, especially now that I'm doing more junk journaling, because I'll have a place to put like the actual scraps, and then I'll just scan those scraps in for my scrapbook. My niece suggested leaving some pages and just like putting like a little X where I mentally like want something to go, and then keeping that scrap, and then when I get my book back at the end of the year, taping that scrap in with like some washi tape so it's there. So I think I might do that. That sounds like really fun. We're going on like a couple trips this year, and those trips I might do like actual scrapbook pages for those trips to get the scraps in. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't want to double up. I don't have too many like things of the same memories, but I don't know what I'll do yet, but I gotta do something. Anyways, be more analog in general, being more analog this year. This is also my year of hobbies and working with my hands. My husband and I have been working towards prioritizing a Sabbath since 2022, I want to say. And last year we kind of lost our Sabbath with our son because Saturdays were the only day that my husband was home, and that's when we normally take our Sabbath, and I needed to like get things done, and I wasn't managing my time well, so I wasn't getting anything done. Did you put your hat on your head? Look at you, cutie boy. Anyways, we weren't really actually doing our Sabbath at all because I was working mostly on Saturdays, and that was my husband's only day off, so it was just like kind of crazy. This year, we're actually like prioritizing our Sabbath again. We want to model that for our son. We want him to feel the presence of the Lord's rest and the benefits of the Lord's rest, and just developing that habit so that he is raised with that habit and continues it into his adult life. So this is my year of hobbies. I'm going to be doing a lot more work with my hands. Hat, you gonna put the hat on the chair? I want to live more like Mother Bear. We watch a lot of Little Bear over here. Love that Mother Bear like lets Little Bear play independently, but she's always there for him and like always around with his friends. And also she has her garden, she has her sewing, her hobbies, her home's always well kept. She makes breakfast, lunch, and dinner for her family. I just think Mother Bear is so cute as like a little inspiration. So live more like Mother Bear is one of my personal goals for this year. Seasonal bucket lists are always a goal of mine. I make seasonal bucket list spreads for my bullet journal. I'm on a new cleaning schedule, which is in my bullet journal, which we'll get to in that spread in just a little bit, and I'm trying to be really intentional about sticking to it. Instead of giving myself a workout goal this year, because as still a new mom, still trying to figure out the rhythm of being a parent, I am finding that it's more difficult for me to prioritize moving my body if I'm going to be like, okay, I'm gonna work out for an hour or like a 30-minute thing. So my goal now is, good job, Pilates 3 times a week. So whether that's in the evening after my son goes to bed, or if I prioritize that during a nap time, and then always on Saturdays, part of my Sabbath is like I will take an hour to myself. My husband can play with our son, and I will take an hour to myself and do a Pilates. But movement snacks is my goal for this year. What that's been looking like so far. I'm done. He's so cute. While I'm doing my makeup in the morning, I'll stop and do 10 squats and then like keep going, do 10 more squats if I can, get 3 sets in. That's good. Like I'll call that a workout for that morning. Or like sometimes I'll hold my son and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna turn this into an arm workout. We're gonna do this 15 times or whatever. So like movement snacks. I'm snacking on the workouts instead of doing like full designated times. I want to memorize Reflecting Light on violin. I think it's so beautiful, such a beautiful song, and I used to play the violin. I played the violin for like 10, 12 years maybe. So I kind of miss it. I want to get back into that. I think it'd be really fun. I don't know how I'm going to fit that into my son's life. More grandma hobbies and homemaking, reading in bed, cup of tea before bed, always having like a little snack available for if guests come over, like that kind of thing. Learning 1 full song on piano. I have a lot of Think of Me memorized. Think of Me from Phantom of the Opera. I have a good amount of Think of Me memorized on piano, but I don't have the whole song. I don't have the left hand of the whole song, so I want to work on 1 full song on piano. This spring, I'm going to try to memorize For Elise. I think it's a very pretty song, so I want to try to memorize For Elise on piano. Junk journaling, more junk journaling this year. Being a good steward of my home, my finances, my child, my relationships. Being a good steward of my clothing is a big one for me. Hand washing my hand wash onlys. And I got a cashmere comb for Christmas. My husband got it for me. So I'm like actually taking care of my cashmere, mending my clothes if they have holes in them or they have something like that. Making sure I'm actively taking care of my things, being a good steward. Do you need help? You want an apple? Then I have my books in a year page, which I decorated super cute this year. My goal is 25 books because I did not read 25 books in 2025 like was my goal last year. I read 15 books last year. So I'm trying to read 25 books. Right now I'm in a reading slump. I have 2 books that put me in that slump. Moby Dick is one. It's a hard read for me. And then the second is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is like super cute and romantic, and I like it, but I am going to finish both of them hopefully by the end of this month so I can start anew in February. The next page I have is my project tracker, and then my cleaning schedule. My new cleaning schedule is Monday, grocery shop, bedrooms, and sheets. Tuesday, whites laundry, mending the clothes, hand washing the clothes, and cleaning out my closet. I will clean out my closet every week. That'll be going through, and if I have something that fell down, that's like I'll put it back up, making sure my closet stays nice so that I can actually see all my clothes. And also pulling out things if I picked it up during the week and I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't really want to wear it. I don't know, I might not like it anymore. I'll put it back, whatever. At the end of every Tuesday, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna be like, all right, stop kidding yourself. Either you're gonna wear it today or you're not gonna wear it at all. Throw it away, you know, that kind of thing. Wednesdays, Dark's laundry. We separate our laundry. I do both my husband and I's laundry together. We have 2 laundry baskets for us and 1 laundry basket for my son. Our 2 laundry baskets are whites and darks. Whites is like any sort of light color like thing. I wash all my clothes in cold water, so I don't really do the whole like whites, delicates, whatever. So I do whites on Tuesday, dark load on Wednesday. That's both me and my husband. That's 1 load of laundry a day. And that'll be the day that I do the kitchen deep clean because it's the day before our trash day. So I'll clean out the refrigerator and then I will Swiffer the floors in the house. So the Swiffer, I found, does not actually clean the floors, but it does do a good job of like the gentle like upkeep, keep your house smelling nice. We have a dog, so like I don't know, Swiffer once a week, Wednesdays. Thursday, bathroom, towels. Currently my towels are in the dryer. Today is Thursday. Towels load, stripping my towels, and organizing and cleaning out the linen closet if it gets messy. I get ready out of my linen closet every day. It's where my makeup is. So it does get a little bit messy. I actually haven't cleaned that yet today. I need to go do that. Friday, my son's laundry. That's my son's laundry day. Also the day that I clean the living room and I do a general reset of the house for the Sabbath. So I wipe down basically every surface that is like consistently used surface. Do the deep clean of the living room. I move furniture, clean behind everything in preparation for Saturday is our Sabbath. That's our rest day. I will not do any cleaning on the Sabbath. I don't do the dishes on the Sabbath. I don't cook on the Sabbath unless it's like heating something up. Like I have rules for that day, which I could do in a whole nother video, how we enter into rest, what we do for rest, and how we get out of our rest. If you want, let me know in the comments if you want a video about how we do our Sabbath. Sunday is when I will get down and mop the floors on my hands and knees, pick up my house, meal prep for the week, plan out grocery shopping for the week, make anything if I can. That's when I also do my son's toy rotation and clean out my car on Sunday in preparation for the week. I'm thinking I might move his toy rotation to Thursday night. That way he has new toys that he can start playing with on Friday, and then he has a brand new toys for our Sabbath. I don't know. I'm gonna ask my husband about that, but I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. The next page is my family goals, and I will keep my family goals private. It's got a lot of stuff for my son on here, but it does look very cute. Just have to trust me on that. One goal I will share is I always put something on our family goals about the way that we love each other. 2024, I had love each other well, which to us meant like being more intentional with the way we love each other, being active in the way we love each other every day. And we have a lot of love in our home, and I love that about our home. So it's not necessarily like a goal as in something that we haven't done before or something that we don't do, but it's a goal as like a consistent reminder that we can always do better. We can always love each other better, love each other well. Last year, our goal was to inspire others to Christ with the way we love each other. I did not cross off, like check off that goal as succeeded. That is probably going to be something we're going to revisit in a couple years. So yeah, I didn't like check that off my list because I don't think that we were very public and like out and about and like inviting people that don't know the Lord into our home to like witness in that way. So I didn't put that on. This year, kind of spin off of that goal is to love each other loudly. This to us kind of means like to be a little bit more public with our love for each other as a ministry. So anyways, that's like one of our goals. One of our goals for the year is 1,000 hours outside, including a 1 walk a day with our dog. So I have a little tracker for our 1,000 hours outside. It's like a spot for every single day of every single month to put how many minutes we were outside, to then count up and divide by 60 at the end of the year. And then I'm like coloring in the days that we do our mile walk. So we didn't do it yesterday, didn't do a mile the day before, and only did 20 minutes outside. We're following a schedule that actually is an hour a day in January, an hour a day in February, 2 hours in March, 2 hours in April, 3 in May, 4 in June, 5 in July, 5 in August, and then back down again. The next is a year in Polaroids, which I can show you my little spread for before it has the pictures in it. And then this year what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna washi tape the Polaroid, or like the picture, to this spot, and then I'm gonna write the memory of the picture underneath. Next is our financial goals, which I'll also keep private. You wanna read a book? Brown bear, what do you see? Red bird. We love books. I never pass up an opportunity to read a book to my son. Next I have my travel goals, which we have some really fun ones. Some that are non-specific, some that are specific, some already have dates involved, some don't. That is the beauty of this little list right here. Next I have my spiritual goals. So my word of the year is obedience, and there's 3 things that I feel the Lord wants me to do this year. So I'm gonna be doing those to the best of my ability. I'm going to be obedient in doing those. Reading the entire Bible, and then my goal this year, so I read the whole Bible every year, but I often skip days and then like triple up the next week and like get it all done. Or I'm reading my Bible nonstop on December 31st trying to finish it in the year, which is what I did last year. This year my goal is to not skip a single day. Like I'm going, at the end of the year, my Bible app is gonna have 365 streak, you know. Celebrate all the biblical holidays. I have like sins that I'm praying for sanctification from. Daily scripture and daily prayers as a family. We're adding praying at night to my son's night routine. And then memorizing the book of James is also on my list. So I have a little thing on the bottom of my spiritual goal to write, like check off when I've memorized a chapter, and then write my favorite verse from the chapter. And then on this side, this is my Bible in a year, and I can color in when I finish a book. So that's that. Then I have my business goals. Oops. Look, date of stars. Next, I have my ins and outs for 2026. In is journaling my thoughts. Not everything needs to be said out loud. Journal it down. Reading before bed. More puzzles. That's part of my analog year. Doing more puzzles. Making plans with friends and play dates for my son. That's a big one for me, is play dates this year. Be picky about my clothing. Not only the clothing that I purchase, but clothing that goes on my body every day when I'm getting dressed in the morning. Being picky about my clothes. Holding boundaries about how I'm spoken to, especially how I'm spoken to in front of my son. Being a present and patient mother. Being a good steward. Morning sunshine. Having my Sabbath. Daily activities for my son. Daily things that we're working on. Letters. Pouring. Fine motor skills, etc. Movement snacks, seasonal bucket lists, caring for my clothing, and mopping the floors by hand. My outs for 2026 are impulse buying at the grocery store, complaining and grumbling, doom scrolling, synthetic fiber and fabric of any percentage, listening to gossip, seed oils, idling, excuses, gluttony, and attachment to a schedule. That's my bullet journal, and also my goals for this year. So, thank you so much for watching this sit-down video with me. I love the start of the year with sit-down videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment down below of anything you'd like to see from me. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. It's so exciting. And let's just continue to grow in the next year. I'm so excited. Get ready for a year of homemaking, 90s childhood core, and how I am giving my son a 90s childhood. I want to get back into doing more cooking vlogs and cooking a lot more on here and like sharing recipes again, because I miss doing that. Travel vlogs, we have a lot of travel goals for this year. Not a lot of plans on the calendar yet, but I do have one trip coming up in the next couple of weeks that I'm very excited about. Weekly vlogs, and then I have some specific vlogs and videos in mind that are around homemaking, biblical homemaking, and just like loving Jesus with your whole heart and everything you do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up. I love you. Have a wonderful day whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.